2 years ago, I had a crazy thought that surprised me. I thought, these last 3 years have been the best years of my life.
One of the things that's come out of this time has been
Please adjust my headrest wing.
adjusting Philip's headrest wing. This side, open more, gotcha. Here I am serving my husband, blessing you. More? No, feels good? Okay, great, I'm glad. Yeah, yeah.
What is it like living with ALS? Everything breaks down so slowly that all of a sudden you realize that you are a paraplegic. My speech deteriorated gradually. My fingers couldn't keep up with the song on my piano. I started choking more often while eating. The first years, you feel the loss physically. Later, it is the loss of influence that takes getting used to. You become a silent spectator. You can't contribute in time to be valuable. That's hard as a leader or father, and I feel it most or worst when they are hoisting me in and out of bed like livestock, or when bundled up, reclined in my power chair, strolled around the neighborhood. I just feel, good grief, how things have changed. Now in year 5, I have lost pretty much everything. I can't move anything except for my head slightly. I can feel, so massages are great, but it's been over 2 years since I have enjoyed food or shared a pint.
We realized that he sort of outlived his timeline, and when you look at the stats on paper, and with the degree of losses he's had. But that's one of those moments where we go again, okay, our lives aren't in our hands. There's a God who's choosing his days and numbering his days. And multiple times I thought, God, like is he going? Like is this it? I look back afterwards and I think, my goodness, how many times a day did I think I'm about to lose my husband? And realize that the life and death has sort of made its home in our house, and there's a battle that's ongoing. But amazingly, again, the moment passes and you pick up and you say, okay, whose turn was it in the card game? And you keep on going like that just didn't happen. So it's a bit of both, right? Trauma, and then, okay, let's keep going. Yeah.
One thing that I've seen is their invitation for their community to be involved in their suffering, which doesn't happen all the time. Just even in my role as an occupational therapist, I've seen a lot of people who have felt too much like a burden, and they have not wanted to put that on to their family members or their friends. And it's just a beautiful thing to witness as a community, to see everyone's gifts being used in so many different ways.
I think the push and pull is crazy, where he's probably spent his whole life, or a lot of it, pouring into these communities. And then when he can't quite pour in physically anymore, people are pouring back towards him. It's been a remarkable picture of carrying the burdens and celebrating the victories together, but also mourning together in the losses and not being afraid to do that.
You have to say yes to receiving it. So many people saying, how can we help you? What can we do for you? And wow, the temptation is, oh no, that's okay, because you don't want to be a bother. And we lose the gift of their love and care and support, and they lose the gift of being able to love and care and support us. Especially to having people come into our home that we didn't know to start caring for Philip. We're like, oh, we've lost the gift of just us in the house. We feel like we've lost a gift of the togetherness of our family. And I'll tell you, we're just blown away by how the family just expands. Each one who's joined us has become someone who brings a beautiful color and texture and fabric to us.
The first time they were welcoming, loving family. You know, the atmosphere was different. when you step into a place where there's love and peace. And I've told him several times that I love starting my day with him, because just like when you have coffee in the morning and you're like going. So when I see him first time in the morning before going to other places, I feel good. The peace and love in the family is amazing.
They are a very open family, just full of life, and they just kind of welcome you into that. And so I've been very privileged to do that with them.
Philip was always saying, go, the biggest risk taker. But now he's just this calm presence that I think for me has been actually quite healing in my own journey, to be with him in this calm presence. Hey, let's not try and fix it. We can't fix it. Let's just be present.
As you walk with someone and you experience those deeper emotions, it takes you to a place where you are more open and alive to what God has for you, for people, for the community. I wouldn't give it away or trade it for anything, even though it's been hard. The space that he's in right now in his depth of relationship with Jesus, you just come into that when you sit with him.
The Lord uses him to create this space of reflection and hope, and again, just to build my faith. And it's not always happy, but there is definitely a joy in the Lord that we get to experience and be a part of.
So often we think to ourselves, how would you travel this without Jesus? And how would you travel this alone? It's God's language. His language is collaboration. His language is people. He speaks in so many beautiful ways, and it's through the hands and feet and compassion and meals and hammers and nails and cars and lawnmowers of the body, the people who are around us. Hope is expressed in the people who surround you. As we've welcomed people in, and as they've sometimes just pushed down the door because that's what needed to happen, to say, we're here and we're not going until we've finished helping you. It's so powerful. Honestly, I don't even know if I can say that we suffer. The story is hard, the grief is real, and I'm tired and I'm sleep deprived, and I just so would love to grow old with you. I feel like there's so much, we'd have so much fun. We'd be excellent empty nesters, I'm just saying. But like, we're so cared for.
There's a lot of times where I think about how tiring, how hard, how challenging this is. And then I think about how we have every opportunity and blessing in the world. We have incredible physical space that is accessible. We have a beautiful community. We have the hope of Jesus. We have financial resources. I have 3 siblings to share this load with. And then I think of everyone who goes through journeys like this with less resources. And it is so hard with a lot of resources, let alone with less community, less support, less stability, less hope. And that shakes me, that rocks me, because what are we doing that we have a society where people can go through something like this in secret, can go through something like this and not experience friendship and support and community?
My neurologist says that I am the only one still alive with the severity of my progression, especially at my age. The vast majority have chosen to end their lives early. So it is no surprise that many people wonder why I haven't chosen MAID. I'm still me. I'm alive. I still have much to live for, much to give, much to receive. Am I no longer valuable as a person because I'm paralyzed or dying? I used to really struggle being muzzled under this mask. It feels like duct tape, another layer of separation from my family and friends. But then I realized it is the only reason that I am still alive. So my bemoaning turns to gratitude as I fill my lungs with this wonder drug. Each puff extends my life with family and friends. I would willingly stay in this chair for another grandchild or wedding. I wear this mask willingly if it means I can still speak into my son's life or testify to the goodness of God. There is a temptation to surrender, to just get death over with. The journey is scary, so let's just skip to the end. or the hassle to stay alive just isn't worth it. But I have discovered hidden treasure in staying alive. Life is worth fighting for. It's the most remarkable commodity we have. It's a piece of the divine that we are.
Anytime we walk away from visiting Philip and Robin, we always talk about how vital he is inside. He still orders things off Amazon. Like he's texting us, he's emailing his friends, he's helping to make decisions around the family. He's doing all these things. He is as vital and as critical to the family and their functioning as he ever was. And so, yeah, when you consider that alternative could have been taken like at some point before in his life, it denies the family of this rich existence that they have with him now, as fatiguing and as stressful, I'm sure that it is at times. Their dad's still with them, their husband is still there, and what a gift.
I know there are many people that would have called it by now. They would have selected MAID or something like that. I'm just glad Philip's still with us. I'm glad he did not select that. He's a good friend. I've gotten to know Philip much better in the last 5 years than I have in 20. So as tough as it is to see him in his wheelchair, he is still Philip. He is still with us. He is still, like Rhonda said, vibrant, vital. He is very much present. I know that all the kids are closer with their dad more now than they ever have been. My friendship with Philip is on a deeper level. I know him better now. I'm glad he's still with us.
Who knew that such a dark cloud would have rich silver linings? I think I have changed. I have been forced to slow down. I notice birds now, and so many different trees. Who knew? Gone are the days of speeding tickets and last-minute panic, haha. But seriously, since diagnosis, my relationships are healing and growing. I have time for heart-to-heart talks. There is a vulnerability and affection that affirms how precious we are to each other. My relationships used to be about doing something together. Now, just being present is enough. 2 years ago, I had a crazy thought that surprised me. I thought, these last 3 years have been the best years of my life. So crazy. For all I've lost, I've gained so much. How many dads get to spend a day a week with each of their adult kids? Shared grief has bonded us as a family and softened our hearts to each other. Robin and I walk in forgiveness, and I'm less of a jerk. I call this season my second life. This second life is birthed in the storms. There's a counterintuitive joy that burns deep in the face of tragedy, a profound joy. This second life is what I've come to treasure, for however long it lasts. I've lost all control, but I've gained his sustaining presence. I've been forced to decrease, but I've experienced him increase in every part of my life. Surrounded by a tender community, I found affirmation, vulnerability, and faith.
He's not wasting his time with ALS, and he is on fire still and motivated to share still. And we got news of him speaking at the event you're going to tomorrow, and he said, sweet, God has to keep me alive another 6 months. That's what he said. And we're just like, wow, this guy is nonstop. Like, he's completely paralyzed. He puts his life on the line every day for some Nespresso, and he still can't wait to just keep going and get to that conference. And I'm just so impressed by it. And like, talk about motivation. It just makes you excited to help him out. He's working so hard to serve still, despite his limitations. And it's kind of like, how can we support that and pour into that? The sacrifice we make in caring for him just is fueled out of love for what he's doing the God-given perspective he has while doing it.
One of the things that's come out of this season has been a number of opportunities to talk about the journey with lots of different people, to speak on why Philip chooses life, why we live in hope, what it means to belong to a thriving community. So we're really grateful for chances to testify to God's goodness and to speak to different people about the hope we have.
There's something that comes to me often, a conversation a friend had with a friend of theirs. This friend said, "We must let suffering finish its work. Who knows what healing of the soul or benefit to others it is accomplishing? If we take our life, we may never know, and we may rob ourselves of that blessing." What if Jesus had put down his cross before finishing his mission? What if he had given up along the way before it was truly accomplished? And I just come back to that again and again, like suffering must be seen to its end because God has beauty in the midst of suffering.
So this is me living with ALS. That's right, living, not dying. Yes, it's possible to keep living while your body is dying. I've traded my legs for friendship with my kids, my hands for many more family and friends, my privacy for a deeper, more tender community, and my independence for the loving care and provision of God the Father. The love of God is present even in the valley of the shadow of death. That's just my story, but it's real, and hopefully it can be for others as well.